Okay, welcome. This is a video to help you with the assignment for your Unit 2 Computer Systems. Right, let's look at Unit 2 Task 1, okay? Your Task 1 is to create a PowerPoint presentation explaining the function of each hardware component on the computer system, okay? If you have looked at the YouTube videos I sent you, or if you had read the PDF file that I sent you, describes about all the components of a computer system: your processor, your motherboard, what is a BIOS, basic input output software, power supply, fan, hard drive, ports, memories, everything. Okay, that's your internal components. And your peripherals is what connects external, for example your printers, speakers, mouse, keyboards, and your cable, your coax cable, which is a copper cable, optical cable, which is your fiber cable, your twisted pair, which is, for example, your Ethernet cable, the cable that connects from your computer to your switch or your router. That's a twisted pair. Okay, talk about these peripherals on your PowerPoint. Make sure you include pictures where appropriate on your PowerPoint. The first slide for your PowerPoint should always, yeah, not just for this assignment, for all the assignment, the first slide should always be the title of the unit, computer system, what task it is, your name, and for example, what pass criteria it is. For example, P1. So task 1 in bracket P1 and your name. Okay, that's what should be included on the first slide of every PowerPoint. And talk about your backup storage device. For example, what kind of stuff you use to backup: CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays, USB drive, pen drive, SD card, micro SD card, you name it. Okay, now task 2 is about recommending what is the best computer system for a recording studio. Okay, the scenario is there. You work in a recording studio which records songs and multi track audio. Now, for example, in a studio you need microphones, good quality microphones, good quality speakers, good quality and very fast computer which can record the songs, store them, so you need bigger hard drives, and then probably maybe, or what do you call them, audit them or edit them. Okay, so you need some kind of software to record them and edit them, or cut and paste. Okay, so if you Google best uh, multi-track recording software, you get lots of software. Okay, just choose one, how much it costs, and select one and recommend that software. What are the features? Look into what features that software provide and recommend them. Okay, so there's some research, background research that you need to carry out. Okay, now before you do that, explain what kind of computer you want to use: Microsoft computer or Apple computer. Okay, now you need to explain what an operating system does. Okay, what is an operating system? Sits on top of the hardware and all the other software. For example, your Photoshop, your recording track, and everything that sits on top of the operating system. Okay, and your task B is to compare the two operating system features and functions of the operating system. For example, you can choose Linux, Windows, or Mac. Choose any two operating system, create a table, and on the left write down, for example, Windows, on the right write down, for example, Mac or Linux, and compare the features, how fast they are, what kind of software they use, how how much expensive they are, is it open source, is it closed source. So just compare the features. Yeah, I would. So task 2 should at least be about a page in total. Now task 3 is, for example, all the software utilities, the purpose of different software utilities. Okay, a security tool, cleanup tools, and drive formatting. Security tool, for example, is your antivirus, deleting all your history, your passwords from your computer. Cleanup tool is something like disk defragmentation. I've sent a video to you, so look that video for this defragmentation and read your booklet as well. Okay, how this defragmentation cleans up your hard drives. So how software utilities improve the performance. Okay, you can include antivirus that blocks all the threats and virus from your computer. Okay, and give reasons for the improvement outline. So why would you want to use it, and what kind of purpose it serves. Okay, and I've given you a few example there. This defragmentation tool, deleting temporary files, deleting cookies, so on and so forth. When we talk about cookies, for example, when you visit a website, the computer might already save your username and password. Yeah, if you type a couple of letters, it might populate your username and password. So these username passwords are saved on your local computer. So these are called cookies. It is a good practice because you don't have to remember the username and password for every website you visit, but this is a security threat as well, right? Because everything is stored in your computer. If your computer is hacked or compromised, these cookies can be compromised as well. Yeah, so do some research on these utilities. So that's your task 1. Let's move on to task 2. Yeah, so your assignment 2, task 4 is produce your report no more than 1,000 words. Yeah, so you need to recommend a computer system for station media. The scenario is there. So what's the cost of the computer system you're gonna recommend for station media? What are the software you want to use for recording the tracks? So do some research. What kind of processing power you need? You might use Intel processor, i5, i7, AMD. So what kind of processor you want to use? What's the best processor? What's the fastest processor? Go for the fastest processor. That's what I would suggest. Okay, your storage capacity, how much storage you need, how many tracks you're gonna record, 500 gig, 1 terabyte, it's up to you. Okay, if you choose 100 gig, you need to write down why. How many tracks you want to record every month. Okay, go for the highest capacity. Okay, and when you go for the capacity, there's 2 types: hard disk drive and solid state drive, SSD and HDD. Make sure you look into what kind of hard disk you want to choose. Is your software and your IT system gonna be accessible for disabled users? Do write down a few lines about them. ICT competence for internet users, for example, your users, your staff, whoever is using the system, are they competent enough? For example, if you choose a software, are they trained on that software, or do you need some kind of training for them? So write down few lines about training and competence for them. Yeah, so that's your task 4. Now assignment 3, task 5 is to carry out performance and maintenance tasks. Okay, this one you don't have to worry at the moment. Okay, we will carry out this when we do another unit where we do some practical aspect, and we'll carry out this task. Okay, for the moment just focus on assignment 1 and 2. Do some research. I've got the PDF file sent to you. I've sent you the videos. Look through them and get in touch with me if you struggle. Okay, I've given you the deadline, so if you struggle, do let me know. I can help you out during the next lesson. Okay, I'm sure you should all be fine because this is one of the basic units. Okay, as we go along through the course, the units gets more complicated, but this is one of the most basic units so far.